It is Hispanic Heritage Month, and KCTV5 is honoring the cultures and contributions of Hispanic and Latinx communities.
KCTV5's Carolina Cruz shows us how a new generation is keeping their Hispanic heritage alive here in KC.
Young and in love, the Muñiz family moved from Mexico to the United States nearly 3 decades ago, with hopes for a better future. Their American dream started in the fields in the state of Washington. They picked apples as seasonal farm workers.
They worked hard, different types of jobs, wherever they can acquire a job so that they can accomplish their goal of owning a house.
The Muñizes settled in Kansas City, Missouri, as did some of their other relatives. The couple raised their sons, Victor and Edgar, in KC's Northeast neighborhood. Growing up, Edgar, who's the youngest, says his parents celebrated their heritage. They instilled that pride in him and his brother.
Speaking Spanish at home was always very important.
By now, the Muñizes have lived in the U.S. longer than the time they spent in Mexico, but their roots run deep. As the family tree grows, it's up to the new generations to keep the Mexican-American culture alive. Edgar says if he's lucky to have kids one day, he'll teach them Spanish, as his brother is doing with his son. Some of the most recent census data shows that 2/3 of Latinos are born in the U.S. That's because those second and third generations are adults now, and they're starting their own families.
If you look at the whole metro area and you look at the major counties, a lot of the population growth of the area is contributed by Latinos. This is a pattern we see throughout the Midwest.
Randy Capps works with the Migration Policy Institute. He says areas in the Midwest with diverse populations are growing, while less diverse rural areas are stagnant or shrinking.
So the whole metro area grew by about 10% over the decade from 2010 to 2020, but the Latino population grew by 40%. And I think that just signals how important population diversity is to continued growth in the area.
The Muñizes are preserving their Mexican identity through the music they listen to, the food they cook, and their family traditions. For Edgar, a UMKC graduate working with the Hispanic Economic Development Corporation, is a way to reinvest and strengthen his connection in the community.
To be able to share kind of those roots and be able to share the background where we come from with different people and kind of instill that even within ourselves, I think it's very important.
Edgar says the most important way to keep his ancestors' memory alive is through the bond his family shares, and something as simple as weekly carne asada family dinners, a way to bring family, tradition, and culture together. Carolina Cruz, KCTV5 News.
Hispanic Heritage Month runs through October 15th.